Hey everybody, it's B Diz the Rockstar, part of SuperObvious. In this video, we're talking about the Resident Evil 4 remake. Let's go. First off, I want to say I think it's really cool with all these remakes being made for RE fans to play. I'm actually more excited about Resident Evil 4 being remade because there are so many things that I liked about Resident Evil 4 more than the previous games before it. First, there's the camera over the shoulder view. I know for some fans, people didn't like that because it was kind of a big part of the game being considered more action than horror. I really like the camera behind our character because for me, those are my favorite kind of games to play. The previous first 3 RE games are classics and awesome of course, but I prefer the shoulder cam over the above camera. It's kind of like when the first 2 Grand Theft Auto games came out. Yeah, the games are awesome for sure, but once we got to Grand Theft Auto 3, that's when things really went to the next level. In RE4, something new we got was the aiming. Yeah, in the previous games, you can pull off head and leg shots sometimes, but in RE4, especially with the new camera angle, you were really able to aim and shoot a zombie wherever you wanted. And this links to the melee attacks. In RE4, there was this new feature of being able to shoot a zombie in the head or leg. This would stun the zombie to where you can run up and hit a melee attack such as a roundhouse kick, spinning back kick, or even suplex a zombie. And the stun melee attacks really helped when you were facing a bunch of zombies at once because you could shoot a zombie in the face and when it's stunned, run up to several zombies and use your melee attack to hit several zombies and knock them all on their butt. So when outnumbered, this feature made you feel like you were really a badass. In the previous games, you would just shoot or stab a zombie one by one, and it took a while unless you had a powerful weapon. The first 3 games felt very claustrophobic, which I get is a part of the gaming experience, but sometimes with those camera angles and going around a corner you can't see and get bit by a zombie kinda sucked. In the newer games, that improved a lot with the new camera angles, which I liked. Also, the setting of the game was a lot different. The first game is in a mansion, the second and third games are at the police department and in the outside area for the most part. The fourth game is in a village area where the people kinda don't look like zombies, but some kind of infection is definitely going on, and they seem like a cult. I really liked Resident Evil Nemesis because of the constant threat and paranoia of Nemesis just busting through a wall and attacking you. But Resident Evil 4 was definitely my favorite at that point. One thing I hope they don't have is a bunch of bullet sponge zombies like in a Resident Evil 3 remake. I talk about that in my Resident Evil 3 remake review, so check it out. I know certain enemies like the Chainsaw Man will take a good amount of shots to kill, even with powerful weapons, but most of your standard enemies shouldn't take a whole bunch of ammo to kill, especially if you're shooting them in the head. Also, of course, all the games are stressful and scary, but I think in Resident Evil 4, they were able to make the tone of the game feel even more darker, which I liked. There are announcements of the Resident Evil 4 remake having some changes to its gameplay and story, which I think sounds great. Playing a remake of a game to where it stays true to the original source material but also has a few changes or tweaks to where it's a little different, I think is awesome. Because I know when playing a remake, I kinda don't want to play a game that is 100% like the original, to where there are some improved graphics and that's it. Having to do a mission or something that adds more time to complete a game than before is cool. As of making this video, the release date for Resident Evil 4 Remake is set for the end of March of 2023. Originally, the RE4 Remake was going to be on PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series X, but news of it also being on PS4, and along with the RE4 Remake Steam page saying it's being released from March 24th to quote-unquote coming soon, has fans worried about the game being delayed altogether. Honestly, at this point, we shouldn't really be surprised about games being delayed anymore. Yeah, when a company announces a release date for a game, yes, they should stick by what they say, but so much stuff, especially with video games, has been pushed back, and it happens so often, it's like normal now. I know me personally, I'd rather wait and have a game that is complete and bug free to have an awesome gaming experience than get a semi or completely broken game to where we feel like we got scammed out of our money. With games I was excited about like WWE 2K20, Cyberpunk 2077, and Dying Light 2 are just a few titles that were legit not ready to be released when they were because the amount of problems these games had were like a list that went on forever. The remakes for Resident Evil 4 through 6 are the ones I've been really waiting for because those were my favorite games of the franchise, even if other people didn't like those. But yeah, that's the video. Let me know in the comments if you're stoked about the Resident Evil 4 remake and what remake game has been your favorite so far. Like and share the video, subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Totally for sure.